Hi, I'm Mia Tolo, and I'm a psychology major. For my poster, I chose this topic to get a better understanding of how teens of different races and ages make these racially excluded decisions and how they challenge them in social groups dealing with their peers. As a Latina, I most of the time felt included in school and in work environments, but have always wondered how other minorities felt that didn't feel included. For the first paper research, they challenged teens in different scenarios to test their social reasoning about challenging group norms using resource allocation, physical aggression, and relation aggression. They sampled 4th and 8th grade ethnic students from mid-Atlantic regions of the U.S., which included Latinos, African American, and Asian Americans. Resource allocation group norms, mainly involving females, were told about a group that likes to take most school funds and split them unfairly amongst other groups. The physical aggression group norm, involving males, was told that it is okay to play rough to score points. And lastly, for the relation aggression norm, which was involving females, students were told this group likes to gossip about other students. The findings showed that 4th graders were more likely to include the challenger who wanted to resist the resource allocation norm than 8th graders. Why were they likely to do that? Because they were more likely to use moral reasoning when deciding than those who didn't include the challenger. They also noticed that both age groups were less likely to include the challenger in physical aggression. For relation aggression, females were 44% higher on using moral reasoning or group reasoning, which was 91%, than male students. In another paper researched on, they studied intergroup contact for ethnic minority students and tested their judgments on interracial peer exclusion in different scenarios, whether it be at lunch, at a sleepover, or at a school dance. They sampled 129 students, including grades 4, 7, and 10 of African American, Latinos, and biracial Black European or Black Latino students. In the study, they measured the wrongfulness in race-based exclusion. The findings indicated that most of the participants with a high intergroup contact judged that race-based exclusion was wrong than students who were in low intergroup contact in the lunch scenario. This showed that low intergroup contact did not know what to do or how to intervene in the lunch scenario, which results in the bystander effect. So with that meaning, being in the high intergroup contact showed that they were more proactive on taking a stance on racial exclusion rather than the low intergroup contact. In the last piece of research, they studied exclusion contexts and how they characterized the intergroup targets of exclusion based on their judgments. Exclusion context is meaning competitive or non-competitive scenarios, which in here they were put into soccer groups. They made 2 groups, making one very competitive and had strict rules to have a better chance at winning, while group 2, which was the non-competitive soccer group, was designed to play for fun and to have the most fun while playing together. They asked each group participant how acceptable, whether it was okay or not, to exclude participants by the length of their hair, how aggressive they are, and how well they play. During this study, they found that girls are more inclusive than boys, who were more likely to exclude peers. To my surprise, during the use of stereotypes to justify their exclusion, they found that there was a pattern in the shyness-based measurement that was being studied in this study. Participants were more likely to justify the stereotypes within shy peers rather than to reject them and say to them, he or she won't go for the ball. Overall, a student is more likely to be stereotypical with their shy peers in the competitive group rather than them trying to be more inclusive or encouraging. So for the take-home message, teaching your kids early on being more inclusive and accepting will decrease the chances of other kids feeling less included and then feeling more included. This applies to any scenario, gender, or race. By being more inclusive, it widens the chances of engaging with so many other people, no matter what they look like, where they came from, or who they are. This is how we build connections and engagements by being inclusive. Lastly, don't be a bystander. Inclusivity enhances experiences and creates a sense of belonging. Simply challenging stereotypes respectfully, communicating concerns, and supporting your peers are some factors that could improve an individual's ability to do anything and everything rather than feeling excluded or not worthy. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. Here are the references I used for my poster. Thank you.